happening, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be focusing on Rangers. We're going to be focusing on one man in particular, and that is Hamza Igamane. As it's increasingly looking likely that he is going to be moving to Lille this summer, we are going to be going over 7 strikers I have identified that could be potential replacements for Hamza Igamane. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first replacement I have identified for Hamza Igamane is this man.
Okay, so this is 22-year-old Albanian striker Christian Spendi. He currently plays at Serie B side Senna.
So why have I chose Christian Spendi as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement? Firstly, it's because of his close control in tight spaces. He could work his way through a needle in a haystack. Genuinely, he threads the needle so nicely. Like he could literally be against 3-on-1 and he still gets out the gap, which is incredible. I've seen that in a player. In a tight situation, and it's like the ball is stuck to his foot. It is incredible. So I'm going to stick a clip up of that now.
Okay, so the clip on screen now is Christian Spendi going for 3 people, and just like that, he is gone. And on this next clip, he receives the ball in the half turn and spins not 1 but 2 people.
This is the first reason I've identified Christian Spendi as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement. Next one is his shooting ability. He's very good. He's only 5'11" and he scores a lot of headers, and he's more of a poacher of a player. I will say that he is very much not a classy shooter. He is more of a I'll tap it in type of player. So I'm just going to show some of them.
In this first clip, Christian Spendi is running down the wing and he plays it into his midfielder and he takes a shot and it's rebounded and just a lovely first time finish on the volley. And then in this second clip, it's played into him, he's at the right place in the right time and puts it straight into the bottom corner. And in this third clip, Christian Spendi is the one on the attack, so he's coming in just now and he receives the ball. First time finish. This clip is a lovely headed finish in the bottom corner. Lastly, I just wanted to put up Christian Spendi's stats for the season and last season. Personally, I think he had a very good season last season, 35 games, 22 goals, and this season it dried up a little bit, but 13 goals in 38 games is not bad at all for a 22-year-old, so I give him the benefit of the doubt here.
Second and last reason for Christian Spendi becoming a replacement for Hamza Igamane is his creation. He is brilliant, he is not greedy, he will pass the ball if he sees the option. It's just that 9 out of 10 times his teammates cannot finish their dinner to save their lives. But yeah, I'm going to put some clips up now.
Okay, in this first clip, Christian Spendi basically slips, but he does make the pass and it goes bottom corner from his teammate. And in this second one, it's a lovely layoff where it goes top corner from his teammate. And in this third one, he slips it again, but the pass is perfect and his teammate controls it nicely and puts it bottom corner.
And my final reason to get Christian Spendi in as a replacement for Hamza Igamane potentially is his price tag. He is only around 6 million, but I do believe that Senna would want a little bit more, maybe around the 10 million. But for Rangers, I personally think that would be just a little much. That is why he's first on this list, because I believe he would not come in. The only reason this is why is I think he'd be a little bit too expensive, but would he be worth it? Personally, I think yes. But yeah, let's get on to the next player. Okay, the next player I've identified as a Hamza Igamane replacement is a man from the Netherlands, and this is him.
This is 34-year-old Dutch striker Luc de Jong from PSV Eindhoven. I believe a lot of you will know him from his time when we played PSV in the Champions League qualifiers 2 or 3 seasons ago, and he was very good, but yeah, that is Luc de Jong.
Okay, so why have I identified Luc de Jong as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement? The reason is his hold-up play, and he is very skillful and flary with his creation. It is very brilliant. He can do a back heel, he can just like, it's one-touch football that can get Rangers up the pitch very quickly. I'll just put some clips of that up on screen now. Okay, in this first clip he receives the ball and he chops it right to his striker, and the striker goes round the keeper and scores. It's a brilliant finish and a brilliant assist. In this one, it's a straight back heel, completely cuts the defence in half, leading the striker in for an easy goal. The next reason I've identified Luc de Jong as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement is his heading ability. He can score headers from anywhere. He is incredible. He's a very good striker. He's one of them strikers who will put the ball in the net. He is very consistent. And yeah, let's get into it with some headed finishes.
So this first clip is a headed finish, and it's from a corner, which is going to be a common theme. He is a very big corner threat. In this second one, it's just another good cross, and this is a diving header. And lastly, I want to look at Luke de Jong's stats for the last 2 seasons. He scored 18 goals in 48 games this season, which is a little bit of a drop off from the season before. I believe this is probably because of his age. And the season before that was 48 games and 38 goals, which is insane.
And the last point I want to go over for Luke de Jong potentially being a Hamza Igamane replacement is his experience and his price tag. For his experience, he's been all over the map. He's been to PSV, he's been to Sevilla, and he's been to Barcelona. 3 very, very big clubs. PSV, he is known as the King of Eindhoven for a reason. He has been the main man for PSV for a very long time, providing goals, winning the title 2 seasons in a row now, where he has been one of the main men. He's dropped off a little bit this season, but he is still up there. And his price tag, he is valued at around 3.3 million, which is in Rangers' budget. But here's the kicker: you might have seen this in the last clip. He is absolutely free. He is currently a free agent, so this would be a no-brainer for Rangers to go in and grab a very quality striker for absolutely free. They just have to get a contract up, and that is about it. But yeah, that is my points for de Jong being a replacement for Hamza Igamane. Let's get on to the next player. Okay, so the next striker I've identified is a man playing in Portugal currently, and let's get into him. Okay, this is 24-year-old Venezuelan striker Alejandro Marquis. He plays at Estoril out in Portugal in the top division of Liga Portugal. Now I've identified Alejandro Marquis as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement is because he's went very under the radar. I believe this player could be good. The last 2 seasons he's been pretty good for Estoril, and he's went under the radar because he came out of the Barca academy and then went over to the Juventus one. Where I believe that has caught my eye. He's only 24, so he has plenty of time to develop. But yeah, I'm going to put a clip up. I only found one clip of Marquis scoring, or it was very hard to find clips of. But yeah, I'm going to put one up now. In this clip, Marquis takes advantage of a defender's mistake and makes a simple finish. Very good awareness to take and capitalise. And on screen now is just his stats from the last 2 seasons. 34 games and 11 goals this season, and 37 games and 10 goals last season. He's putting up very similar numbers, which is always a positive sign. Consistency, we like that. The final reason I have for Alejandro Marquis being a potential Hamza Igamane replacement is his redemption arc and his price tag. His redemption arc being that he came through all the big academies in Europe, being Barcelona and Juventus, and it just hasn't quite worked out for him. And him being 24, he went off to Australia and has played brilliantly. He has got 10 goals per season for the last 2 seasons, which is good, and we like to see consistency in a player. And if he were coming to Rangers, he could make a name for himself, and then Rangers could sell him off for some big money to a big club, which benefits both parties. He gets his name out there, and we get money. So that would be brilliant. But his price tag, let's talk business here. He is only around 730k, which if Rangers really want to take a shot in the dark with him, is a bargain. And if he does turn out to be brilliant, we make profit. And if he fails, it's only 750k at the end of the day. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that was my final point for Alejandro Marquis being a potential Hamza Igamane replacement. So let's get on to the next player. The next player I've potentially identified as a Hamza Igamane replacement is currently playing out in Switzerland, so let's get into it. This is 24-year-old Spanish striker Kevin Carlos, who is currently playing at Basel out in the Swiss Super League. Okay, so why have I identified Kevin Carlos as a potential striker replacement for Hamza Igamane? The reason is purely his finishing. He is an incredible finisher of the ball. He can put top corner, bottom corner, he can score with his head, both feet. He is a very, very good young striker who can score from anywhere. So I'm just going to put a couple of clips up now. Okay, in this first clip, Kevin Carlos receives the ball, he cuts inside, and watch this, he just places it into the top corner. Brilliant finish. And in the second clip, he's crossed in the ball and just gets above the rest for a lovely headed finish. And in this third clip, he receives the ball, touches it down in, weak foot into the bottom corner,
And this third clip comes from a mistake, but he almost puts the ball through the net. And in this final clip, it comes from a free kick, and it's just a lovely headed finish, guided. And on screen now is Kevin Carlos's stats from the last 2 seasons. I believe his stats improved this season because he had moved club from last season. He only got for 1 goal in 3 games, which is still impressive. But this season, he absolutely shone with 36 appearances and 14 goals, which is absolutely incredible.
The final reason I believe that Kevin Carlos could be a potential Hamza Igamane replacement is because of his price tag. He is only 1.6 million. For a player of that quality at such a young age of only 24 and being Spanish, who are known for making brilliant strikers, this is a no-brainer. Rangers should definitely consider him as an option, and he's such an all-round player. For only 1.6 million, I believe this is a great striker option. So, on to the next player. The next player I have identified as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement is currently playing out in Poland. So, let's get into it.
This is Greek striker Eftimios Kolaris, and he is currently playing out in Poland at a club called Pogoń Szczecin.
I've identified Eftimios Kolaris as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement because of his strength. His strength in the box is absolutely incredible. He'll receive the ball and he'll use his body to shield players off and then get a turnaround and a first time finish every time. Normally it is on a volley, which is absolutely incredible to see. So I'm going to put up some clips now.
In this clip, the ball is crossed over him and he uses his body really well, and he takes a first time finish straight into the top corner. Brilliant finish. And this second one, he touches it down and it's a trivela into the top corner. The fact he doesn't celebrate tells me he's done that before. This one, he receives the ball, touches it down, and another top bins finish. And this one, it's probably the poorest of the lot. Touches it down, but really weak finish, but a really good goal at the same time. On screen now is Eftimios Kolaris' stats for the last 2 seasons. Last season, he got 43 appearances and 18 goals, which is very, very good. But this season, he took it to a new level. He had 37 appearances and 32 goals, which is absolutely mental.
My final point for Eftimios Kolaris being a potential Hamza Igamane replacement is his price tag and his experience. He's very experienced. He's 29 years old, so he knows the game more than a younger player may. He's been to some big clubs. He's been to Toulouse. He's been to Lack out in Austria. He's been to Pafienkos, and he has been to Pogoń Szczecin. Yeah, he is very experienced, so he knows his way around. But his price tag is 1.7 million, which is pretty in budget for Rangers, which isn't bad at all for a very quality striker who knows the craft of being a striker. He can do headed finishes and he's very good with both feet. He's also a very good penalty taker by the looks of it. But yes, that is why I would have potentially Kolaris be a Hamza Igamane replacement. On to the next player. This player is currently playing out in Greece, and yeah, let's get into it.
This is 32-year-old Moroccan striker El Kaabi. He is currently playing at Olympiacos out in Greece.
Why have I identified El Kaabi as a potential Hamza Igamane replacement? Firstly, he is an incredible poacher of the ball. He can just go in. It's like he finds space out of nowhere. Like he just runs in from behind and he breaks the line incredibly. So I'm just going to put a couple of clips up for that now.
In this first clip, the ball is crossed into him and it's brilliant. He breaks the line and it's a poacher's goal. And in this second one, breaks the line lovely again and just taps it into the bottom corner. Great.
As why Yusuf El Kaabi could be a potential Hamza Igamane replacement is because he is pretty experienced as well. And his price tag, he is around 3 million, which is in Rangers' budget. But the only reason I say this as a unpositive thing is because I don't believe Olympiacos would let go of Yusuf El Kaabi. He is one of their main men, and for this reason I don't believe he would come to us. But if he did, it would be incredible because he is a brilliant player. He's also a European champ. He won the Conference League, I believe, in 2023, which is absolutely incredible. But yes, that is my point on Yusuf El Kaabi potentially being a Hamza Igamane striker replacement.
And I want to give an honourable mention to this man right here. This is Dennis Bouanga. He is a Gabon striker and he is from LAFC. He's 30 years old, but the reason he is only an honourable mention is because I don't believe he would move to Rangers at all. Unfortunately, I believe he's very comfortable at LAFC and is doing very well out in the USA. So this is the only reason he is a honourable mention, but I will put his stats up now. On screen now is Dennis Bwanga's past 2 seasons with LAFC, where in last season he had 38 appearances and 28 goals, and this season 29 appearances and 16 goals. As the US season is currently still going in the MLS, I believe he will get more goals, and I also don't believe he'll join us because of this.
That is 7 players I believe could replace Hamza Igamane if he were to leave to go to Lille this summer. But yeah, I would like to thank everyone for watching this. Hopefully you liked it. It was a little bit longer, but if you enjoyed it, give it a like, and then if you want to, you can subscribe. But yeah, everything helps, and it helps us get seen, and it helps us grow the channel. But yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I have been DJD, and that is it. I'm out here. Rip to and I'm out.